Hey, how's it going, everybody? Just doing some runs here to collect some Paragon points for my build. The objective is try to do them as fast as you can. But of course, you know, I'm not that fast. Well, at least I'm not that fast. Alright, well let's run some 110s and see if we can get some experience and get to 167. Shouldn't take too many. Of course, I did change the build away from the pit push just to get back to getting Paragons. I finished 150s, did it a few times, so you know, now it's about getting the Paragons up. So let's see how we do. Or see how fast we can do it with my old hands. Alright. Well, that was about worthless to go that way. About worthless. Hate these dungeons with all the doors. Objective is just to get through the dungeon, get the experience, and then do it again. Just rinse and repeat. It's to get through it as fast as possible. Of course, I'm not fast. Even if I have the fastest character there was, I'm still old and slow. Wasn't very good. Jump up on the stairs. Normally what I do is I do 2 runs, then I'll sell. Of course, as you can see here, pretty soon I'm going to be not just going to be doing them for the experience. That's about it. And of course, it'd probably be a little better if you have a couple people running with you just to make the health a little higher. You in a group, if you can find some individuals that can actually kill them, you separate and each clear out a wing and just keep going. I don't know why I went over there. That would be ideal. About 3.5 minutes. Not too bad. Not great. I've seen people when I was watching some videos, 90 seconds. I'm like, good grief. But I think 90 seconds would be far out of my reach. Where do I want to put this point? I think I need to start going over here and getting this. So there's no better time than now. Rest of us just fill in stuff. That just jumps all over the place. Wherever he wants. Not like I have any control of this hot mess. Every corner. Every corner. There's a lot of them. What the hell am I going up there for? Just all over the place tonight. Maybe it's probably normal. That's not bad. That's probably about where I'll average. As I said, we're just trying to get the experience. Level up the Paragon. 267. I was hoping to, I mean, I've gained 2 levels today. I'm hoping to get to at least 270, but I was hoping tonight, but that ain't gonna happen. Not gonna happen. You know, it's weird. Some of these pits, they put the monsters right at the beginning. Some of them you have to run around to go find them. jumping around and killing stuff. Jumping around's nice. Gives you a little extra speed. Sometimes they can get on your nerves. Because if you're like me, you're jumping into places you don't want to be. It's going to take a little bit longer. Oh, the bosses never take too long on this one. That's the reason I like doing it. Most of your experience from what I've seen and what I understand is coming from the boss. So, of course, you just have a bar of limited experience that you can get from the monsters, but you want to find a good balance of what you can farm without much downtime. You know, without spending too much time on any certain thing. Just as quick as possible.
I forge more than horseshoes and nails. What do you need? What's left, you ask?
Oh, I need to buy some crap.
Hello, shining. Well, there's something special.
Vasily's ghost. All finished, are you?
Just looking for aspects.
Not a bad pull, that. Hello, shining. Not a bad pull, that. Hello, shining.
All finished, are you?
We'll keep on a few more times. Oh, it gets so slow once you hit about 255, something like that, where you can really feel the slowdown happen for the experience on the Paragons. Dude cracked me in the back of the head. Wasn't cool. Wasn't very nice. fail. You failed the upgrade. Oh, that's great. Thank you. May I have another? It's not very nice. Make you fail. Try to find a group here soon, though, to run some citadels with. Try to get some of the cosmetics they offer in there. Change things up. I've done one wing of the citadel. I don't group too often. But find someone to run with me. See what happens. You know, I'm sure it can't be any harder than this, but you never know. Probably need to do it also for the grab the nerf bat, smack us upside the head with it. You know, I don't think they'll nerf Spiritborn too bad. This they may make it worse than the Druid next season. You never know. There is no rhyme or reason to some of the things they do. Well, I'm sure there is to them, but we just don't know why. We need to sell more barbarian t-shirts, then I guess they'll make the barbarian strong again, right? It is about money, no matter how we look at it. I'll go over the changes I made in the build and some of the stats after this run, just to show you what I'm working with here at 110 to sort of fly through this. I can't say I'm really flying, but doing 3-minute runs. That's good for me. We do 4 runs or something, and about a quarter of a way now. Good grief. I'm gonna get carpal tunnel doing this crap. Run out of glyphs to raise. Alright. Well, just let me show you. I got rid of Mythic Circle, of course. I mean, it's good for the pit or high level pushes, but I mean, you want to keep moving and push through as fast as possible with, you know, when you're trying to run, get experience quickly. So let me run through. I put back on Harlequin's Crest, and I still need to masterwork some of this. I've had to change it up. Of course, I want to hit health on that, but you know, here we have the False Death, and of course I have it. I rarely get 3 hits, but sometimes I get lucky. And I have a tendency to just leave it alone if I get 2, and then I run it and try it later. This one, as you can see, basic what I've had. Difference is we went back to overpower, what the original build was, and also the rebounding, where it comes back. You want as much AoE as possible when you're speedrunning. Same thing for my pants. I haven't really changed those. Boots, same thing. Haven't really changed that. And of course the Kalepic. Put back on the Ring of Midnight Sun. Yeah, ideally probably want to hit dexterity on that. I hit cooldown. It's whatever. This ring, you will probably want to hit dexterity. Has resistance to help out with the resistance, resource regen, and of course the redirected force on it. And the Banished Lord's Talisman. My stats currently are looking like this. My resist aren't max. I could put on a Incent and max those out. But as you can see, it's not really a concern with the barrier you have and then the fortify on top of that. My critical strike, my attack speed, overpowered damage, all damage, of course damage with lightning, damage versus elites, my health, block chance, then block reduction, all damage reduction. And the damage reduction, once you start getting resolve stacks up, you get 2% on your board additional damage reduction for each stack. So it probably gets up to about 50, somewhere in there, 50, 60 damage reduction. So it's pretty good there. My barrier bonus is only 110%. It's just change the build. If I put back on my pit push equipment, of course I'd be up to 128. My vigor, whatever it is. And then of course my regens, my movement speed. Whenever I go into stealth, it puts me at about 196% movement speed, which the cap is 200. So that's right at it. Cooldown reduction is important whenever you're running speed because you want your timers to go down as quick as possible. Every time you swing,
Hello.
of course the timers do reduce, but if you can keep them low, then you can have them up a lot longer. And the skill tree, it's just basic stuff, not too much has changed. Basic here. We just have 2 points in this Thunder Spike. I mean, we don't use it for anything. You can see there's my Quill Volley. Follow through. Vigorous. Balance extortion. And the one thing about the Death Shroud, which I'm sure many of you know, is that it does give you 1 additional point to all your passives. So that's why it's so powerful that people like to use it. Focal point, we have 1 point in that, and then 3 points in Apex. And then with the additional, it gives you, the Shroud gives you additional, so it adds to it. Restricted power. Since I'm using the Gorilla now for this, I'm always unstoppable. Basically everything else is pretty close to the same. Went back to counterattack just for the... Of course you get the passive from the ring for that. But there's also a passive back here which increases your critical strike damage. You know, for every enemy close up to 30 additional percent multiplicative. So we went back and used that. Went back and instead of getting this, because I have so much resource regen, I went ahead and went with the heal in case I take any damage. Then I cast that, it poisons an enemy, I hit them, I have a 60% chance to heal. One good thing about, I don't know why, but anti-venom's actually kicking in. if you'll notice here, it says it gives you 3% increased resist. And even though I don't have a point in it, I have 3% increased poison resist. So it's actually using that even though I don't have a point in it. So I don't know if it's supposed to do that or what, but I thought it was pretty cool. Of course, these back here are just the basics. I do have 4 points in this. With the Harlequin Crest, I have 8. And then with the, once this kicks in and gets me the 2 ranks to the skills that you purchased, that puts me at 10. So that brings my, cooldown to about, whenever those 2 kick in, probably about 16 seconds. And then I shoot twice. And usually that timer's gone, so it'll be reset. Of course, I am using Jaguar and then Grill on the bottom. The reason for the Grill is for the Unstoppable. That's always nice when you're trying to move quickly. You don't want to get stuck, frozen, crowd controlled, something of that nature. And of course, I do have the one-armed shield guy and the Barbarian. Barbarian for the speed, and the one-armed shield guy, or right here, whatever his name is. And we gets the armor. And then, of course, here he has the provoke, which adds damage reduction for each target that he taunts. And last but not least, you do get a 15 multiplicative damage increase to the enemies that he's taunted. So a little bit of damage increase and also extra armor if you need it. As you can tell right now, the 15% is always added in. You can see it by the shield and sword down there. I'm over the cap, so I don't worry about it too much, but I thought about moving that over to the slow side and just following the rest of the path down. But, I mean, if you're short on armor, that's a good way to get 15 additional %. All right. Well, I am going to continue. Well, actually, I'm going to go in and grab something to eat. And I will probably be back on here in the next 20 minutes. May make another video. But I most definitely will be recording in the future the Citadel runs if I can find a partner to run it with me. Anyways, I appreciate you watching. If you like the video, be sure to subscribe. And we will see you next time. Thanks.
My hammer sings on your return.